Cat Code Factory. Today I would like to work with Encrypt and Decrypt data, and we will check out how it's functioning actually. So you may be thinking, what is Encrypt and Decrypt data? Encryption is nothing but we are converting a plain text. Actually, it's a plain text, whatever may be it, a name or something. So we are converting a plain text into a meaningless data, which is called ciphertext. So that's called encrypt function or a data. So what do you mean by decrypt? Actually, it's nothing but we are converting back to this meaningless data or a cipher text to a plain text. So we are going to work on it, and I will show you how we can post this encrypt and decrypt data as well in this tutorial. So for that, I'm going to make a new Xcode project. We will start from scratch actually, and I'm gonna name it as Encrypt Decrypt Data, and I'm gonna save it in my desktop, so you can save where you like in your Mac. Okay, that's created. So now we will go to Safari and check in your Google that port R encryptor. Actually, it's a third-party library and it's very useful, and it's very simple and easy encryption decryption function they have. So just Google it, port R encryptor, and you can see in the search results this R encryptor, CocoaPod installation, and all those stuffs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this port or encryptor. So, and before that I need to open my terminal. Okay, cd space, I need to mention the space, the path for my project actually. So in my desktop I have here, which is called Encrypt Decrypt Data. Yeah, it's here. So I'm gonna drag it over here so it will show the path into my terminal. So let's search its terminal. Okay, so what I'm going to do is port init. So it will be creating a port file in my Xcode project, and then port install. Actually there is nothing, but I will close this project and I'm going to open it in my desktop again. This is Encrypt Decrypt Data. Okay, so I'm gonna open it. Inside that I have a port file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this CocoaPod installation port encryptor and paste it in my port installation file. And now I'm going to my terminal and say port install. The reason why I'm using this R encryptor is much more easy and simple, and we need to take the data much more easier than anyone. So okay, it's already installed, so I will close it again and I'm going to open it again. Alright, that's it. So this is our file. I'm going to open main.storyboard. Here I'm going to create two text field and a button in order to show our data actually. So first of all I'm going to direct navigate embed in navigation controller. Okay, the reason is I can make some title here, that's why. So encrypt decrypt. Okay, so from our library I'm going to take a text field. Okay, and let's make two text fields actually, and we will name the placeholder as user name text field, and here as password text field, and we will create a button as well in order to do our click function. And we will make the button name as log in, and we'll make a background color and text color as well. Alright, that's it. Alright, so I'm going to my source file, and let's make more space actually. Here I'm going to create two IB outlets for username and text field. So let's say username text field, and we will create the IB outlet for the next one as well. Let's say password text field, password text field. Alright, and at last we will create the IB action for our login button as well. Say, let us say name it as button tapped connect. Alright, so now we are going to work with encrypt and decrypt data. Let's make our viewcontroller.swift file much more space so you can see it nice. Okay, so as you can say that I have installed my Encryptor, so I'm going to import that Encryptor into my source file. So import Encryptor, and so we have just imported our Encryptor. So I'm going to next make some let constants for username text field and data actually. So let it say, okay, so I have made three let constants, which is for encrypt key. I have made a encrypt key constant. For username login and username password, I have made some keys as well. I will explain about this later on. And before that, I have to mention one thing. Important thing is if you're using the Xcode with Swift 5 version, you can have the port install of this Encryptor with 5. I mean the version port Encryptor for 5.0. But if in case you're using with the Swift 4.2 or 4, there will be a warning when you run this project. So in order to fix that, you have to make this version as 5.0.3. For example, like when you make the port, you create like port Encryptor 5.0.3 if you're using the Xcode with the 4.2 version. If it's with 5, simply 5 is okay. Alright, just make it clear. Then we are going to write functionality for this encrypt and decrypt actually. So for in this case, I have two strings, I mean login and user password actually. So I have two strings or two text fields, so I'm going to write my script, sorry, the function of encryption like so. So let's say first I will start with encrypt function, and I'm going to write function encrypt. I'll make a plain text. Plain text is the text which is actually my username. Alright, and for password I'm making as a string, and which is of a string kind, and open and close bracket cursors. So let's say I'm having let data of data type equal to plain text dot data, which is of using dot utf 8 string. Sorry, it's plain text and it's for data. Okay, and then I have let encrypted data. Let us say encrypted data is of type let's say try or encrypt dot decrypt encrypt of data, like so. So I'm using here as data, and with password encrypt key, that's a string actually. And then I'm going to make this encrypted as a string value as a string. So encrypted string equal to string of data kind data, and this is the data sorry, let's say encrypt string of encrypted data dot base 64 encoded data. So here what I'm doing is the first step I'm doing is just getting my data in order to getting the data. Actually, we are just taking the data from the plain text, and in the last case what I'm doing is getting the base 64 encoded string of encrypted data, getting base 64 encoded string of encrypted data. And I'm going to return the value as well. So return encrypted string. This is the function which I'm going to use if in case of encryption. And this is encrypted string value we are getting of kind sorry, and we are returning this encrypted string as well. Data, it's not encoded data, it's actually encoded string. Okay, so now let's write the function for decryption. So decrypt function, let's say func decrypt CRYPT, and I'm going to type encrypted text as of kind string and password of kind string. This is of a string kind, and then open and close bracket curses. So let's say do let data. I'm having the data equal to data of base64 encoded. This is encrypted text we're getting from here, and exclamation, and let decrypted data equal to try or encrypt dot decrypt data with password. So I'm here as data, and with password I'm going to decrypt here. Then let decrypted string equals string value of data decrypted data actually, and with an encoding value of dot utf8 string, and then we'll write a return value as well, decrypted string. I'm going to return this decrypted string. I don't know the value actually, let it say like this, and it throws a manhandle, so I'm going to write catch if it's failed, return failed. If it's not working, it will catch as it's failed. Okay, and this is the function actually which I use for in case of decryption. So in the first line I'm just getting the data, so I'm just getting the data from encrypted base string. So just say let get data from encrypted base 64 encoded string, and here I'm going to trying with the decrypt value along with the data and password of this encryption key, and then the final I'm getting the original data, getting original string actually. Okay, so that's what encrypt and decrypt function does, and let shall we try with the button when the username clicks with the, suppose if I, in case I am not writing any text field but I am letting a symbol constant value by passing through it, and we will check whether it's encrypted or decrypted, because we need a encryption key in order to perform this function. So we will do that. Okay, so let's say let encrypted encrypted username is equal to self dot encrypt the plain text. The plain text which I'm using is login username. That's a string value which I am passing as encrypted, and the password which I am using is encrypted key. The same which we are going to do for user password as well. So I'm going to copy this and paste it, and change this name as encrypted password, and plain text as login password with the same inscription key. And we will do with decrypt as well. So let's say decrypt CRYP, so decrypted text, user text. Let's say is text equal to self dot decrypt certain value. So I'm having the value as encrypted username, and with password I'm going to use encryption key. Encryption key is actually coming from here. Okay, this is what I mean. And it's the same thing. I'm going to take it for the user encrypted data from password as well. So this, let's say user text, let's say password text, and here in case of encrypted username I'm going to take it as encrypted password. Okay, that's it. And then we will print the value and check whether we have done all right or not. Writing all this, I'm going to print the value for each. So, and here I'm going to print the encrypted username value, encrypted password, encrypted user text field, and we will print and check whether everything runs fine or not. Okay, so let's run it and see. So the build have succeeded. In for instance, I have simply made a username and text field. Actually, we can enter the username simply whatever you like, input something as well. But I am here just letting a constant for a username, letting a constant value for username and password as well with an encryption key. So I have set with a button action. I have wrote this values to print. I'm going to click that. So let's check. Okay, that's printed the values all together. So user encrypted username is the value which have we got printed over here. This is meaningless text, and that's called cipher text. And for password also we got printed as like this. So this is also encrypted data. And then we are doing the last two steps is decrypt the value from encrypted data and encrypted password and username actually. So we're getting back the original data as well by decryption. So that's all in this tutorial. And I'll be giving a description for a source code which is having this all codes along with the post method, how we can post this encrypt data as well. So I will be giving a full source code as in the description, so you can check though. So that's all in this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Thanks. Bye.